All right, well, it's looking pretty good. We're moving right along, and I would say we might have this thing started Monday. Waiting for that intercooler to come in Monday afternoon, UPS. They're usually kind of late. They're usually around 2 or 3. So it'll be almost evening by the time I get up there and get it. But that shouldn't take too long. I think I can do everything else and just wait and put the lid on top of the supercharger and fill it with the coolant and button it up. And I think that would be about it. I could start it then. I could definitely have the battery and everything and the fuel primed, everything ready to go. Just wait to get the lid done. And yeah, should be good. I got a little bit of oil in the compartment here because the way I was priming, I originally had a little hose pump, inline pump. Well, here, one of those. I had that originally and it worked, but it seemed to aerate the oil and I didn't like that. And so I dumped the oil. I wanted to put something else in it anyway and went with some Amsoil boosted, 100% synthetic instead of full synthetic. And it's also Dexos approved, so I don't think I can get in much better oil than that. So anyway, what I did was I connected the tube to the port behind the alternator. There's a port that hooks into the oil galley, and I have the adapter with the barb, and I just ran up a clear poly line to a funnel and filled up the funnel. Filled up the poly tube with oil, took the funnel off, and then took my air gun and made a seal around the poly tube and pressurized the oil into the engine. Now, I only had 35 pounds behind the air. I turned down the regulator because obviously I don't want 120 pounds going into the engine. I'll be blowing gaskets or worse. Who knows what it would do to my lifters. So I just gently pushed it in, turned the crank a few times, and I did a whole quart that way. I would fill up the hose, take the funnel off, pressurize the hose until I could see it almost go into the block, and then I'd relieve pressure, fill up the tube, pressurize it, drain it. So back and forth about, it must have been 10 times until the quart was done. Anyway, here's the oil. That's what I'm putting in it. GM Dexos Gen 2. It's a little expensive. It was $9 a quart at my local farm store, which is cheaper than a lot of Amsoil. Signature, I think, was $12. But this stuff's supposed to be for boosted and turbo, and I don't like what I was seeing with the Mobile One. I drained the oil. It only had 120,000 miles on it, but there was a little bit of metallic in the oil. I don't know if it was from the dyno run, but I definitely did not like what I was seeing there. Hopefully nothing got hurt. I sure hope not. So we got rid of that oil anyway. I've never liked Mobile One. I know everybody, raves about it, but I just don't care for it. I've had it in other cars. It doesn't seem to perform as well as what everybody says it should. And so I got rid of it, and I'll just use the Amsoil. I'll give it a shot. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna go in. It's late, and I smell like oil and other things. I gotta go take a shower. So tomorrow we work on the radiator and some of that stuff, and maybe that, and maybe that. Probably not that. I don't know, maybe that. Definitely that. And my mess. All right, Thanks everybody. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.